Wasn't that hard. I didn't want to do it, but I did it. It hurt a little bit, but I'm up now, and I'm rewarded with this. Just look how amazing the view is. It's raining over there, I don't want to go over there. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Mike. You're watching Spud Boys TV, and this one, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be a little bit of a different one. We are having a little trip down memory lane. So, I've come to Llanrumney, and I'm just going to have a little wander around. Oh God. So I thought I'd come and start this adventure where it all began, where this little spud sprouted into a massive potato. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about my infant school, Glanaravan. Now the gates are open, so I'm just going to have a little wander around. There's no school. Oh wow. That there used to be the nursery. That's where I went to nursery. That's the infants, and this is like juniors. And I'm pretty sure I did something on there. I put like a little bit of mosaic. Also, I'm not going to go too far because I thought the gates would have been shut. Didn't think I'd be able to get this far. This is pretty cool, man. And I remember at infants, Mrs. Tavner, and I was in there and I was crying for my mummy. And you used to be able to, I don't know if it's still there, by there used to be like a fence to look at like a gully, and I used to lead down towards the bottom shops and everything. Wow, this is mad. This is Glanaravan Primary School. Yeah, I don't want to do too much because I'm in a school, but because it's half term, there's obviously not going to be anyone in here. Yeah, look at the community. 1995. Oh, I know I wasn't here then. I'm pretty sure though. I'm pretty sure I was here when they did that. I'm sure I was. No trespassing. Okay, let's get out here. I don't want to do too much. I just thought it'd be cool to start at Glanaravan. Yeah, there's a nursery. Looks like it's not there no more, the nursery. And then you go around that way, and behind you is a big field. Glanaravan, tree by the river, I think it meant. And there used to be another little playground by here. Used to like dip down and stuff. But the reason I wanted to come down here, there's another cool kind of like bit of history, a bit of something that I did. Oh, it's actually taller than I thought. This wall here. So this fence wasn't here when I was a kid. So we used to actually climb on here, on this thing, and it's quite high actually. I thought it wasn't that high. So we used to climb on there, and one time I fell off it. I fell off and I landed by here on my head, and I fractured my skull all the way down, and I had to go to the hospital. I remember that. That was really bad. It's really high. How the hell did I even get up there? Anyway, I did. So, yeah, a little trip down memory lane, ladies and gents. I'm sure there used to be like an old hut here. There used to be like an old hut, because I remember going past it and hitting. They used to have like things against the glass, and they used to hit the stuff off to see it fall. And I hit one, and my hand went straight through the window. And I smashed it. But yeah, that's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to go too far because it is a school, and obviously I don't want to be a nonce. Yeah, so this used to be my school, and now I'm going to take you to where I used to live a long time ago. Man, it's been roughly, I'd say about 30 years since I've actually been on here. This is cool, man. Little Mike, you had the 3 floors. The headmaster used to be over there. I remember once having detention for like a whole day. Don't know what I did. I was always in trouble for something. I was always in trouble. One time the headmaster come and he called my name out. I was like, oh, I'm going to get in trouble. My dad's going to go mad. And then he pulled me and a bunch of lads out, and we went to go plant trees over there in the field. So this is Browning Close. Oh, it's beautiful, man. It's good, man. It's a good little bit of nostalgia. I think it is good to go back to your roots and have a little good, and all the memories, man. Some good memories. I used to have a skateboard, and I used to come down. No, I had skates, roller skates, and I used to come down here on my skates because I used to live by here, and I think I was just going back and forth and they broke by here. The front two wheels fell off, and that was it. That was my skating days over. I couldn't be bothered then. So this is just the back of the flat. Like when, because my old house is by there, but like when I was before I was born, these used to be flats here. That's where my mum and dad used to live, and then they purchased the house over here next to my nan. My nan used to live in this house here, this yellow one. That was my nan's house, and that was my house there. Oh man, so many memories. So the top window, that was my window, that was my bedroom. I used to share it with my brother until he moved out, then it was mine. That there was my dad's room. Obviously we've got the living room. We didn't have that there, because that used to be, where that little window was there, that used to be the pantry. So we didn't have that, but a lot of things, like all the side work, like I'm sure my dad did that, we bricked that up. And there used to be like a little thing, like a little pathway. And my dad destroyed all that, and it's not there no more. I don't want to be too weird looking, go over to it, because obviously it's someone else's house now, someone else's memories, isn't it? But man, because I know they could probably see me. Because when you're in there, you can see over here. It's just weird going back. Obviously they got a new front door. Man, it is cool, man, going back and memories. So my dad used to have vans on here, and this is where he used to paint. He used to do sign writing. Obviously you see these trees in the back, my grandfather planted them. They were only supposed to be small little trees, and they grew into these mighty trees. Man, it's so cool. Obviously we didn't have that bush here. This little bit, I can't remember that. My dad used to, in the summer, come up with an axe, and he used to cut up all the sides and make it look all pretty. Looks a bit of a shithole now, to be honest. Same in my nan's house. Bloody hell, it looks horrible. Look at all the paint and everything going. My nan would be fucking fuming if she knew that. So what we're going to do, we're going to have a little, because every time I used to come home from school, because I used to live by there, I used to come home sometimes for school dinners and have like beans on toast and stuff, and then just go back. I'm sure that was when I was in nursery. Do you know when you have like the little time nursery thing? Fucking raining, can you believe it? What's that, mate? Oh, I can't, mate, you're too young. I used to live in that house there, I did. Hey, mate. So this is Ball Road. So this is the way I used to walk to school. I can't believe it's raining. Some little kid wanted me to put him on camera. I'm not going to do it though. So here, so this is Ball Road. This used to be my doctor's year. This used to be Dr. Sadler. There used to be a gully here. I think they blocked it off now. And that gully used to lead through. Oh, look at this. Llanrumney dirt. Searching for Captain Morgan's treasure. I can't believe it's raining. It's a good thing. I always think that when it rains, it's like a sign to say, mate, everything's gonna be okay. But I don't want to get too wet, because I'm vlogging. Doesn't matter. Oh man, this is so cool. I remember this walk being much longer. Maybe because I was a kid and it used to be much, my legs are smaller. Yeah, so this is Macaulay Avenue. Macaulay. This used to be the GP surgery. I don't think it is anymore. Dr. Sadler. I think it's a house now. And there's a house by here where my friend used to live in. And we were out the back garden climbing up the tree, and the branch snapped, and I fell and landed on a massive spike on my back. Oh, whoa. I think it's a house or flats or something. That used to be his office by there. And I'm sure the reception used to be by here. Used to go in this way, and the reception used to be in there. That's just changed, I don't even know. Yeah, so it's mad because like I say, all my mate Westy used to live in there. You know, that kind of thing. So the house was, I'm sure it's this one. This house here. That one, I think. Oh, that one. It was one of these two. So in the back garden, I was climbing up and the branch snapped, and I fell and landed on my back. It was like a wall which had been taken down, but they've left the spikes in them. It was like an L shape. And I landed on it, so I walked all the way back home because I was living around the corner. And My mum took me to hospital. But apparently it was really bad. I'm sure I had to have my kidney sewn up or something, or my liver. I don't know. If I can get down the back of the shops, it would be cool. Yeah, so this is St. Cadoc's. I think it's still going. Here is Llanremy Surgery now, but like I remember it being flats. I don't know what it was before that. I do have a story about the shops, see? About the back of the shops at least. I wonder if we can walk down there. I'm pretty sure it's fenced off. But we'll have a look anyway. I remember once, because me and my dad were poor, we were on the welfare. We come down here. Cheers, mate. We come down here, and here they were giving loads of tins of stewed steak. That was cool. And my dad used to make stewed steak pie. Yeah, St. Cadoc's. I've only been on here a few times. Is it still called St. Cadoc's? Yeah, it is. This is the back of the shop, so you can't go down there. It's fenced off, look. Okay, we'll have to go around. Oh, I can actually show you when I fell. Because when I fell, this wasn't here. Oh man, this is weird. It was one of the houses. See these trees? It was one of these trees. I climbed up, and the whole branch snapped. I fell and landed on my back because back then they weren't wooden fences. Back then they were like, do you know the plastic fences? Like the, I don't know, like the old fence, like the chainmail, not chainmail. Yeah, it would have been. Do you know? I'm pretty sure it was here. It would have been here. And there used to be like an old wall here, and they knocked the wall down, and the fences were still here. What tree was in there? It must have been this tree here. Well, these trees. Because I remember the field. Because that's what we used to do, is to come out the guy's back garden and jump over the fence and go into the field. Man, unless it was this tree. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, it was by I think it was by here, but there's no trees there. They cut it down because it was too much of a danger. Oh man. That's cool. Well, I mean, that's what I mean. I haven't been down to these places in years. And it's cool. I think it's cool to reminisce and go back to those good old times when you didn't have much worries, because being an adult can be a bit sucky. You've got bills to pay, you have to act accordingly, you can't say certain things because you're an adult. You have to lead by example. Nah, I want to go when I didn't have any of that. I want to go back to when I was a little scoundrel and this was my playing field. This was my domain. Yeah, I got a cool story. I don't think I can get down the back of the shops, but hopefully we can. Otherwise I'll just tell you the story over there. So this was one known as the bottom shops. So I remember where the classic barber did, that used to be Rochi's, which was news agents. The Chippy's been there for ages. I think they changed that. That used to be Boots. Sure did, but now it's in here now. And this shop's been there forever. This shop, and at the end used to be called Mike's. But this shop, I must got caught stealing from there. I got caught stealing a dime bar. But the thing is, the guy caught me and I ran out. But little did I know, my dad goes in there all the time. Well, I knew that. And I didn't even think about that when you're stealing. So when I went there with my dad, I wouldn't go in. And I was like, come in. I was like, oh, Dad, I don't feel like it. He's okay. So my dad went in there, come out, he goes, get in there now. And I had to apologise to the guy. And he unbanned me, believe it or not. Which was cool. I'm going to go in there now and get a drink. I'm not going to take my camera in there, though. Chippy smells lush. Cool. I went in and I was speaking to the guy, and I goes, I remember coming here getting the apple donuts years ago. And he goes, oh, there's only ever been one for 35 years, my dad. I was like, oh, it must be the same guy. And then we're talking about the Chippy, because they used to own the Chippy as well. And he said that was the brother. And I was like, yeah, man. That was cool. And that was their kids. So they were like, they were dots. They were duts. Oh shit, I picked my wallet up. Don't know if I left my wallet. And when I finished school, I used to say to my dad, do you want an Echo? They were 25p at the time. And he used to send me at the shop to an Echo, which is this shop. And this Mike's, this used to be. They used to sell Pepsi, but they used to sell 500 milliliter cans, the big bottles, big cans of Pepsi. They were like 50p or something, or a pound. And by here used to be a Bookies. You know, look, some art. Our Lamremy. It's cool, isn't it? It's Lamremy all. So yeah, so I don't think we can get down there, but I remember one time outside Allen's, my bike got stolen, and I seen the guy take my bike, and he went down the back of the shops with it. So I seen him go down here. So then I was obviously crying, because I was only a kid. I remember, it's not the same, it's a bit different. But I remember, there used to be like an alleyway, and that's where my bike was. I'm sure it was by here. Here's the alleyway. Oh, outside the shop, look. Here's the alleyway, my bike was by there. Man, I also kissed a girl down here. I went down there with her and we had a little smooch. Hiya mate, right? I'm just reminiscing on old times, mate, when I used to kiss my ex-girlfriend down that alley. She used to smoke and used to stink. So I'm not going to go this way, but if you keep going around, you'll end up to the top shops. It's a bit of a trek, but I want to go and have a look at the Lamremy Hall, which is down here, because I got a little bit of history on the Lamremy Hall that we're going to talk about. But also, if you went this way and up, my cousin lives that way, and my nan used to live down there. Like, you go up and down, that's where my nan used to live, down a place called Malsmead. But I'm going to bypass this area, because I want to go to the other area. I want to go to Lamremy Hall. Then I want to go to where my old school used to be, because that looks completely different. And then I want to go and see the man, the myth, the legend, my daddy, who don't know I'm coming, which would be quite funny. And then maybe go to the top shops, show you a bit of the top shops, and then maybe walk with this amazing view of Lamremy, and that's where I'm probably going to end the vlog. What's that? Money! Oh, but I hope you are enjoying this little vlog of... I know it's not the same, it's not adventuring, but this is letting you guys into my life. You know, this is where I grew up. This is where little Sprout would run around and get into mischief when I'm like Logan's age, when he goes out. You know, we only let him go. It's a bit different, I think, kids these days, because obviously the world's different. I think it's full of nasty people that we don't really want to associate ourselves with. So hey mate, look at this. Here's a little bit of a sad one. I remember I must have been about 11, and right here there was a man who got hit by a bus, because the bus stop's here. He come out of the bus, I think he came from behind the bus here or by there, and a car hit him, and he died right by here. That was horrible. I was about 11 years old. There must have been about 30-40 people around him. He used to live up the street up here. So when my dad didn't know about it actually. I was out and I just seen a load of crowd, and I went out to have a look to see what was going on, and then obviously you see this man dying in the street. It's not cool. And then then the woman turned up, the mum, and she's screaming and crying, as you can imagine. Then my dad was like, what's going on? Because I live by there, look. My dad could hear the screaming, so we come out to see what was going on. Walked over and he's like, what's the matter with you? Why are you standing there? Watching? You know, it was weird, and he pulled me away from it, which is a good thing actually, because I do the same with Logan. Oh mate, don't look at that, you don't want to see that. Mad. So this would have been the walk to Ball Road. So this is the way I used to walk to school every day. My cousin used to live over here, and I used to come call for him, and we used to walk to school together. Shame that we don't talk anymore. It's mad that though, isn't it? You don't, when you grow up and stuff, the people that you grew up with and everything, you just don't talk to each other no more. But I don't feel like I've changed. I feel like I'm the same person. So I don't know. It's weird how people change. Same friends, like best friends, people that you grew up with, people that you would hang around these streets with, doing trick or treat on Halloween. All these houses, man, it's so cool. This bush here, ladies and gentlemen, is where I had my first kiss. Right here, in these bushes. That's fun. So, yeah. So this, back in the day, Llanrumney, and the Llanrumney Hall. The Llanrumney Hall has been here since the 11th century. Apparently it used to be a monk, something to do with monks. And then the Morgans owned it. And then Captain Morgan, the famous pirate Captain Morgan, it was his house. And there's rumours in the 1200s that Llywelyn, the last prince of Wales, when he got killed, he's buried somewhere in Llanrumney in an undisclosed location. Nobody knows where he's buried. So somewhere under our feet there could be the last king of Wales, or the last prince of king. I'm sure he was a king, declared himself king. It's a bit like, that story is really cool. It's a little bit like Braveheart, like a Welsh version. And Llywelyn it was, and basically the English killed him. And during the English Civil War, apparently the house, there was loads of executions and stuff. They were shot. So I don't know how long ago that was. When they had guns. It's a bit windy. I am sorry. Oh, I just drank some drink as well. It's made me a bit burpy. I'm a little bit burpy. So this would be the entrance to Dickens Avenue. It goes all the way around this. So you can go. Remember that lane I was on about back there? They used to cut through to Dickens Avenue. So you can go all the way around, and that's how you get back up to Malmesbury. That's the way me and my dad always used to walk. But you can also go round and up into the woods. But we're not doing that today because it has been raining. And I don't want to get full of mud. I don't want to get full of dirt. Oh, the wind, man. Someone said I should invest in a mic. But I don't know if it cancels out the wind. Normally the camera's pretty good in the wind. But I can hear it with my ears. Oh, don't I look awesome? There's the cloud. The clouding. When I was a boy, a young boy, about Logan's age, I was like, I want some friends. So I remember knocking all these houses as if they had any kids I could play with. And I remember knocking that house there. And that's when I met my mate Lee Ford. And that's how we become mates. That was cool, man. We had some fun. We got up to some mischief, didn't we, Lee? Another one of my girlfriends used to live by here. She had the nickname Mexican Pirate because she was hairy. Oh, that's funny. See, when I was growing up, this here was just derelict. There was nothing there. And that's how you used to get into a gully going down the back of the houses, which is along the river. But now it looks proper. Well, look at it. It's so different. I don't want to go down there because I think it just looks like a dead end. But we have to avoid the park just in case there's children here. Oh man, I remember once walking on here and there was like a smell, like this minging smell of death, and there was a dead cat in the bushes by here. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Llanrumney Hall. It does say open to the public because in 2005 or 2015, this was given back. Oh, every Sunday. So, I don't know where they would be executed, but there are tunnels under here because this is Captain Morgan's old house. It used to be a pub as well at one point, but now it's like a community hall, and they have loads of cool things. They used to have a really cool cheap restaurant, but I'm pretty sure that's gone now. I can't remember what it's called, fishing something. Yeah, but this has been here. This has been in the heart of Llanrumney since the 11th century. This has seen some stuff. Like I said, this used to be Captain Morgan's house. Apparently there's a story that he killed people and buried them in the walls. There was loads of executions here and the ghosts still haunt the lands. There's apparently buried treasure in the grounds. Because I don't think they're going to let me in. But we'll see. I'm not going to record in there just in case there's kids. But I will see If I can just have a wander around. I just have a little wander around, is that okay? I'll bang you! Oh, there's a... is that children's? Alright, Childay Manor, what's that? Wow. Yeah, this was unabandoned for ages. Oh, you gotta... It's not even open. All closed. What day is it? Open till 3. Oh, I missed it. It's 4 o'clock. Scheiße! My dad had a fight by there once. He had a fight with some guy. It was really funny because my dad was drunk. I was watching my dad fight, and as he's trying to swing for this guy, he's just punching the floor. Because this used to be my dad's local. This is where he used to come and drink. And my grandfather, actually. No, this was when I was a kid. This used to be the changing rooms for the... Oh no, they were the changing rooms for the rugby boys. And there's the house, look. It's cool, isn't it? Just used as a community hall now. Man, some of the things this has seen. History. We can't get in there to have a wander around. But I have been in there in one of my older vlogs. Toilets this way. I wonder if the toilets are open. Like that way. Yeah, so I remember the underground, when I went down there, you could see where the tunnels used to be and they're all bricked up. And they put like a fake picture. I don't think this is going to be open. This is the old changing room toilets. Look, there's toilets, but... So look. Shit. I'm going to piss myself. Anyway, look. This is Aaron's sex toy. He wishes. Yeah, so there's tunnels going underneath. I'm pretty sure one tunnel is like leading this way. Another tunnel's leading towards the river. And the other tunnel's leading under here. And I don't think they've ever smashed them down. And I don't think they've ever ventured to see what's down there. Which isn't, because they said it's unsafe. Don't care. Could lead to buried treasure. It could lead to Owen Klingdur or Llewellyn. It could lead to his grave, look. Oh wow, what's that? Is this a greenhouse? It's open, shall we look? Oh, it's just like an outdoor shed. Oh, cool. Hi, mate. Cool. Okay. So now, they're probably watching me on camera like, what's this fucking nutter doing? Let's just sit by here a second and reminisce on this. So for all you history buffs, so medieval beginnings. After the Norman conquest, the land was granted to the monks of Kensham Abbey, who established a chapel on the site that would become the Llanymney Hall. This was in 1066. And then 1450, the original hall was constructed around 1450 as an Elizabethan-style century house, accompanying a vast 700-acre estate. So all this here, so obviously the river would be there. You got everything around me. After Henry the Seventh, 5, 6, 7, 8. After Henry the Eighth's dissolution of the monasteries, the estate transferred to the Kemys family of Kevin Mapley. It then passed to the Morgan family through marriage in the mid-1500s. 5 generations of Morgans lived here with a strong ties to Jeriga House in Newport. Sir Henry Morgan, that's Captain Morgan. Local tradition claims that Sir Henry Morgan, the famed privateer and later Lieutenant Governor of Jamaica, pirate, was born at Llanymney. It was born here in 1635. However, historical evidence supporting his scant, he was likely born elsewhere. And then... hauntings and myths. There are numerous local legends. The hall is rumoured to be haunted, with tales of the headless corpse of Llewellyn, the last encased in a masonry block, at the sightings of ghostly figures wandering the building. He was encased in a block. What? were here. And then in 2015 I went back to the trust and I reopened it then as a community hub. Man, apparently there was like in the Civil War there was people killed here and everything. They like executed here and stuff. It would be so cool to see a ghost, wouldn't it? Just wandering around now. But anyway, yeah, it's been here forever. Anyway, so what we're going to do now, we're going to continue our little tour of Llanrumney. But it is very, very important. And it's really, really cool to know that the history of this place, you know. And inside is awesome. Obviously it's all been restored. It would have been so cool to like get in there when it was abandoned and like smash those walls down and see where they led. I don't want to get locked in because they do lock the gates. One last look at it. Possibly a thumbnail. 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 I don't know. Right then. To Llanrumney High School. It's mad because when I was a kid, this walk from when I used to live down there used to feel like miles. And now it's nothing to me. I do want to get up there. There's a lush view of Llanrumney up there. I probably will take my thumbnail up there. Because my plan now is to walk down, around. I kind of want to go over here because this is where I used to live with my dad. In the flats. But the flats are no longer there. So it would be cool to see what that was like. Because I think the house is there now. Oh. You're gonna run me over. But going down to my old school, that's weird because I seen it on a bus the other day and I was like, I remember coming down here before and they knocked everything at the school down, but now they've built houses there and it looks really, really weird. Out and about with David. I haven't done a sniff. Let's do one. Lovely smell of Llanrumney. I remember playing rugby on here and scoring a try right there. My first and last ever try in my like 6 years of rugby playing. I've probably played rugby for like 15 years. Like, I played for about 6 years, then I stopped, then I played for another 3 and 9 years. 9 years, okay? 9 years, alright, yeah. Oh man. Sick. So this used to be the entrance to the old Llanrumney High. But now they've built loads of houses on here. Down there would lead to my old army cadet detachment, and there's a bridge then going over to Pentwyn and stuff. I think it's a gym now or something. Yeah, but there you go. Look at that. These are the old gates, look. Used to be sitting on here. I never used to sit on here. I used to get up there, and obviously the old gate. And now it's like a massive construction site. Well, it's now houses and stuff, look. It's pretty cool, isn't it? Man, memories. Weird. Used to have building 1 there, I think it was. Building 3. Building 4 was abandoned when I was here. Was it abandoned? I think it was. We used to go in there, you weren't allowed. And then building 2 was at the back. I can't remember. Building something anyway. But yeah, this is where this is my old high school, ladies and gentlemen. This is where I learned about women and life, and I did a bit of science. And I remember speaking to my science teacher and I was like, I love pop too much. I think the caffeine's gonna get me. He goes, no, not the caffeine, the sugar. The sugar is what you should be worried about. Not the caffeine. And I was just like, that's okay. What else happened? I made some amazing friends here. It's just sad to see. It's just sad. It's gone. It's gone. That part of history. My mum went here. My dad went here as well, I think. I'm sure he went to Llanrumney High. Yeah, he did. I went here. All my brothers, my sisters, my friends. And now it's gone. Mad, isn't it? I got suspended once for calling the teacher a bald bastard. I called him a bald bastard and I got suspended. Told my other teacher to fuck off as well, but I don't think I think she understood, because I was upset. And then I had a letter. I had to take the letter home to my dad, and he went nuts. My dad, as you can imagine, me being suspended. And one time there was a bunch of us. I say a bunch of us. There must have been about 30 of us, and we were going around like wrapping people up in this big bit of rope, and it was really funny. And they did it to this one guy, and one of the girls I was with us grabbed his dick, right? And everyone said it was me. And then when we got caught, and the headmaster was shouting at 5 of us, out of everyone there, 5 of us, he was shouting at me. Like I was the culprit. I was like, I didn't do anything. I did nick a pack of crisps off someone though. They grabbed him, they started rapping him, he was eating crisps. I goes, I'll hold them for you. And I started eating his crisps. I gave them back. But I was just there. I wasn't one of the culprits. I wasn't the ones rapping the bloody, we called it a bra strap. It was a massive like stringy bra strap. Oh, it's funny. And what else we do? My one mate, he stuck bloody, do you know that when you take a plug apart, he stuck it in and turned it on. What else happened? There's loads of stuff happened. I once made in food education, I made like a cake or something, and my plaster went missing. It was in the middle of the fucking cake. My dad had this cake, and he bit into it. What the fuck is this? It was my plaster. Down this way is where Ricky and Craig used to live. I spent many a nights, Ricky and Craig's, either playing with Ricky or getting chased by Craig. And now look, we are best of friends. We are brethren. We are traveling the world together. We are feasting on ladyboys together. No, that sounded wrong, not feasting. Like looking on them together. It's like we're not eating the ladyboys. It's gay. I still hate it. I still hate this hill. Not far to go. Only another mile. Show off. Easy! Look at this. What was that? Nothing to me. I have scaled Mount Vesuvius in Naples, Italy. I've also climbed to the top of a mountain in Kudadasi, Turkey. This little tiny hill is nothing for this 24 stone girthy man. Some salt. Yeah. I'm gonna get off all philosophical. I'm gonna get all emotional. Physiological. So that climb was quite difficult. It wasn't that hard. I didn't want to do it, but I did it. It hurt a little bit, but I'm up now and I'm rewarded with this. Just look how amazing the view is. It's raining over there. I don't want to go over there. Hopefully that goes this way. Just look how awesome that view is. See, we were just down there. That's Glenarvan there, I think. No, Glenarvan's over there somewhere. What a view. Llanrumney. Awesome. Just goes to show, don't it? Like, if you're afraid, like I wasn't afraid to walk up the hill. I didn't want to walk up the hill. I could have went the easy way, but I wouldn't have been greeted with this great shot, this great view of Llanrumney. This would be my place to come and just like chill. This would be my I'd sit there and just watch the world go by, you know. What I'm trying to say is, no matter how hard something looks, you just do it. And when you've done it, you get to look back and see how far you've actually come. You may think, oh, this is never going to end, this is never going to stop, but when you actually stop and you turn around and you're like, whoa, I was just down there, I've walked all this and I'm here. Obviously that's in life with everything you do. If there's a dream you want to chase, just take the first step, because at least it's a step towards conquering your dream, conquering your fears, you know. And I think fear is good. I think being afraid is good, because being afraid of something keeps you on your toes. It also, when you conquer that fear, the sense of accomplishment, and you're like, it wasn't that bad, that wasn't that bad. Obviously I'm talking about walking up a hill. Many people would be like, nah, I'm not walking up there, I'm just going to walk the easy route through the woods, cool. No, we take the hard route every time, and then we get rewarded with amazing views. Now, we might not have got rewarded, but then there's always the satisfaction side of you where I did it. I didn't back down. I walked forward and I conquered it. What are you trying to say, Mike? I don't know what I'm trying to say, but just do it, mate. You got a dream chasing it, mate. Okay, what I'm trying to say really is that there's a lot of people out there who are afraid to take the first step in whatever they want to achieve, because it's going to be different from what they're used to. Now, I quit work to do YouTube. I quit earning money to chase my passions, chase my dreams. And okay, fair enough, I don't make loads and loads of money at all. I make roughly around 150 a month from YouTube, but I'm getting to go to all the places. Like 150 a month, you save that over 10 months, that's Thailand. Okay, it's going to take me 10 months to get there, but at least it's a step into achieving the goal, achieving the dream. So like, even though you're faced with a hill, oh, that hill looks hard, I don't want to walk up there, just do it. Even take little steps, because every step that goes in front of your other foot is a step in the direction for your own personal mentality at the end of the day, because I think that's more important than anything. Like, when you laying on your deathbed, when you're like 60, 70, 80, whoever it's going to be, don't you want your memories, your bank, to be full of places you've been, experiences, people you've met, family, rather than it be full of money? You know, because when I die, I want nothing in the bank. I want all my money to have been spent, obviously give money to Logan and stuff, but all my money that I earn is spent on adventures and making YouTube videos. Because every time I go away, even though I'm even sacrificing family holiday time to make content, to make videos, because it's something I love and it's something that I really enjoy, and I love the fact that people enjoy it too. You know, this is my dream, this is my passion. The legend. What are you looking at, mate?
Oh, that's okay.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you've left it there. There he is. Say hiya.
Right, yeah.
Say hiya to everyone, mate. Say hiya.
Oh, come on, mate.
Hiya.
Come on, mate.
Hiya. Well, as we're doing a vlog on trip down memory lane, I had to come to the greatest pillars. Oh, look at this. Steak and kidney pie, peas, chips, a can of delicious Diet Pepsi. Oh, mate, this is a memory in itself, because I used to come here every birthday meal. My dad used to bring me Christmas meals. Same thing. It's amazing. The thing is, it hasn't changed the recipe, and the place looks the same as it did when I was a kid. I think they even use the same trays. It's amazing. Pillars Restaurant in Cardiff. Anyway, back to the vlog. If you are familiar with Llanrumney, you remember the old flats. Braunton used to live, Braunton Crescent. now lives in these places. Such a nice area, so much more quiet for him, you know. And he's a good egg, my dad. Good egg? He's a good old egg. Nah, he's funny. Yeah, and it's cool to just bumping you. What are you doing here? I was like, it's Tuesday, Dad. I see him every Tuesday. But the flats used to be all down here. So they used to be on this side, and they used to be on the other side as well. And my dad I used to live in there with him, because when I moved to Cwmbran, because that's not funny, but one day I come home from school, my house was boarded up, where I showed you. So I had to move in with my mum in Cwmbran, because I know where to live. But because I was still in school in Llanrummy, I had to live with my nan for a week, which lived next door to my old house. So for a week, I'd be with my nan, and on the weekends I'd go back to Cwmbran with my mum until obviously I finished school. Then I lived in Cwmbran for a few years before coming back to Llanrummy. And I moved back with my dad in Braunton Crescent over here, which wasn't the best. They weren't the best flats, to be honest. And then I met Amanda, and then we decided to move to Newport. Here he is. I love him. It's like a tradition thing. Every time I leave now, he'll give me a little wave goodbye. So the vlog's almost at the end, guys. I'm going to show you the top shops, and I'm going to show you where I used to live. Braunton Crescent would be, you see where that house is on the corner? It would be just a little bit over, because there was one flat there which was a bit further down, then my one was there. Had a balcony and everything. And this is the field. So if I carried on going on this path here, it would lead down through the woods, and I'll be on the side, because the Llanrummy Hall is roughly by there. Now there are other parts of Llanrummy which deserve a look at, but there are other memories for another Spud Boy, which I'm going to leave for their vlog, because I know they want to do Llanrummy one as well. Oh, do you know what? For those money then? For I found some money. Yeah, I know Ben wants to do a Llanrummy vlog, and because obviously he's from Llanrummy, but he's from like a different generation, so, and he's got his own memories and stuff. But I'm sure Ben is more down this end, which is cool, because I'm more that end and around like. So I'm talking probably around 15-20 years ago. My dad used to smoke a lot, and he used to drink a lot. I remember once when I lived with him, he'd go and get me to get him 8 cans of Strongbow a day. And one day he was walking home from the shop, a bit like me. I got a backpack everywhere I go, but my dad's old school, so he'd have all these bags, and he collapsed by there. They took him to hospital, passed out he did. Then they took him to hospital, and no, do you know what, that's a different time. He passed out by there. Then they took him to hospital, and they found loads of issues with his heart, and that's why he passed out. It was quite serious, but he had a stroke of the chops. And Wendy Phillips and Michael Phillips, the good friends of mine, my cousin basically, my cousin's parents, they seen him at the shop, and they took him to the hospital, and they saved his life, because they said, "Hey Steve, how you doing?" And he was really confused, he didn't know what was going on. And if it wasn't for Wendy and Mike Phillips, I don't know what's going on. If it wasn't for Wendy and Mike Phillips, they probably would have, my dad probably would have been in a really, really, really bad place. But the thing is, with my dad, was when he had his stroke, he stopped smoking and he stopped drinking, like that. And he's very lucky, because I know some people have strokes and they're really, really bad. But yeah, a little bit of just a little bit of someone helping me out, just like, "Oh Steve, you okay, what's happening?" And he was really, really, really confused, he couldn't speak, and they knew something was wrong, and they took him to hospital, and they saved his life, because most people would have just ignored him, and my dad probably just went home and he would have died, or the stroke would have been that bad, it would have really, really damaged him. you know. He's a little bit forgetful now, but that's mainly because, like, I don't know if it's because he had a stroke, or just because he's old and he doesn't understand technology, like the TV remote control and stuff. But he's a good man, and kindness of others. And I've always said, I don't know if Mike and Wendy watch my vlogs, but I have always said, if I ever win the lottery, I will sort them out. Well, in my head I've always said that, but anyway. So this was cool. When I was a kid, I used to obviously climb on this, try not to touch the floor, and I used to pretend it's the bridge from Indiana Jones. Long time ago. Oh, my grandfather, that's when my grandfather had the service in here. But I was too young to go to. Sucks. Bryn Lewis. So this is what's known as the top shops. Co-op used to be here. My nan used to work in Co-op, and when me and my dad used to come up the shop, she'd be there, always in the same section, always in like the fridge section, doing. I'm sure she putting prices on the butters and stuff. Right, the Chinese has been there forever. Let's try and think now. So back in the day, used to have a post office by there. There used to be a video shop. The butcher's is there, but it's a different owner now. The new Taj, I can't remember what that used to be. Chinese has always been there. I think the pharmacy's always been there as well. This used to be Co-op, and then this used to be Spar. This has always been there. Oh. Do you know the weirdest thing? The weirdest thing in the world, right? That then was a girl called Kate Amory. I used to go to school with her. You see that lady there? I thought, oh, that looks like Kate. And then I see her. Isn't that crazy? That's my psychic ability, that is. I always say, I always see someone that looks like someone else, and then I see the person. That's crazy. She lives by me. Come give me a lift. So, oh man. There used to be another video shop up here. Pizza Choice. The bookies have always been there. Oh, do you know what? I can't remember. That's always been there. Smoke UK, I've never seen that before. Bernardo's. What used to be at this end? Do you know what? I honestly can't remember. Where's Kate? Kate, give me a lift. She literally lives right by me. That's crazy, that is. I always say that though. I say it to a lot of people. I say, I see someone, and there's Mikey Phillips. I'm gonna go say hello to him. I'm not gonna vlog him though. I might put him on the vlog. Oh, he didn't want to be on film. There's a picture of Aaron there. Me and Aaron. I find that's weird, that is. How, like, you see someone you haven't seen in ages, or you think about them, and then they are. Like, I was talking about Mikey, and there he is, like. That's okay, though. Yeah, so where Tesco used to be the Goodies. Used to be a pub. The Good Companions. This Chinese has been here for ages. The thing is, the lady knows me. I'll go in and she remembers when I used to go in as a kid. Oh, what you been there? And yeah. I'm just going to go to Tesco, get myself a drink. Actually, because the vlog is actually coming to an end now, ladies and gents. Did that used to be a chippy? No, I think... I can't remember. I think the chippy used to be there. I'm going to wait now for an hour for my bus. That's a shame, Mike. He didn't want to be on my vlog. Just singing his praises. I have... How long have we got? 8 minutes. It goes to the city centre. Have I got 8 minutes to get to that Tesco and back? Yes. Of course I have. But ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it. This is the top shops. Post office used to be there. Greggs used to be one of these. Used to be in there when Greggs was actually really good. I remember the pasties in Greggs were always the best as well. And there we go. So yeah, so thank you so much for watching this vlog. Thank you for coming down a little bit memory lane. I know it's a little bit different. And hopefully Ben, he does one. And it'll be completely different again. Because also we have different experiences and different memories and stuff. So yeah, so I just want to say thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure showing you where I'm from and what made me the way I am. what made this Spud boy the Spud he is today. So it's been an absolute pleasure. It's a shame I couldn't get in my old house. I was actually thinking of knocking on the door and going in. That would have been weird, but it would have been content. Obviously Lanramy's massive, so I don't know if you can see right in the distance there, you got like the mountain little nipple on top. That's Tumbalum. So Cwmbran's just under this, and Newport, I live over there in this direction somewhere. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen, that is my little tour of Llanrumney. Welcome to Llanrumney, welcome to my past. It's got, I don't know about nowadays, but it used to have a lot of bad rap, but it's not. I love Llanrumney, and when I think of home, this is my home. When I have dreams, I dream that I'm in my old house, or I'm in Llanrumney. It's weird. But yeah, so when I think of home, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I think of. Home. And I would happily move here. I would happily move back. If I could bring Amanda and Logan back here to live in Llanrumney, I would. Hey! Hey! But yeah, so I just want to say thank you so much for watching. Like I said, this is a personal vlog. People, I know not many people are going to watch this vlog, but the ones that know me, the ones that are interested in Spud Boys and stuff, I think you might like it. I think you might enjoy going through something. I've done it in the past, but obviously I was my bus. Didn't have time to get my drink. Me yapping, see, that's what I do, I yap. Alright then, I'll catch you all on the flip side. Don't forget to like and subscribe, please. That would be very, very good. Woo!